I Remember You Was Conflicted by Grant Shoemaker, Andrew Schutz, and Calvin Lucas. The artist we chose was Kendrick Lamar, a world-renowned rapper, musician, and songwriter. Kendrick Lamar was born on June 17, 1987 in Compton, California. As a child, he lived in a welfare family in Section 8 housing and was constantly struggling with poverty. His father was a member of a notorious street gang, the Gangster Disciples, so Kendrick was exposed firsthand to the effects of gang violence and drugs on the streets. When Kendrick was just 16, he began releasing independently recorded mixtapes under the pseudonym K. Dot, which garnered him some commercial and critical success in the Compton area.
After collaborations with other West Coast rappers and hip-hop artists, Kendrick's fame and success increased even more, and eventually he was able to release full, major label studio albums. Some of these albums were Good Kid, Mad City in 2012, and To Pimp a Butterfly in 2015, and Damn in 2017. In Good Kid, Mad City, Kendrick uses his music to deal with his own disenfranchisement as an African American artist, the harsh realities of violence in the Compton ghetto, and the poor treatment of women he has seen growing up. In To Pimp a Butterfly, Kendrick expresses his disillusionment with fame, as well as how his success and culture are viewed differently in society because of his race and background. In Damn, which is considered by some to be his best album, Kendrick doles out harsh criticism towards the right-wing media who dismisses music as harmful and misguided. In Damn, the song XXX deals with habitual black-on-black violence and how it is often overlooked by mainstream media because of its frequency. Kendrick stylized this song to resemble a dialogue between himself and a man trying to protect his son from gang violence.
The song Fear reflects Kendrick's anxiety and distrust of a world that has treated him poorly and made his life harder at every turn because of his social and racial identity. It also discusses the treatment of other black musicians who were put at a serious disadvantage, such as Rihanna, who was brought to the brink of bankruptcy. The album concludes with the song Duckworth, which is based on a true story about his father almost getting killed and robbed at his fast food job. A story that Kendrick uses to explore the danger many African American men are forced into when living in poverty, as well as the interconnection of people in a community. Kendrick also expresses his resentment towards law enforcement on behalf of himself and other African Americans that are affected by racial profiling and police brutality. Despite the criticism from certain media and government agencies, Kendrick Lamar is now a Pulitzer Prize-winning artist, the first non-classical and non-jazz artist to do so, who has sold over 4 million albums in the U.S. alone. In addition, Kendrick has been praised by critics and the public because he is attempting to change the racial status quo of the country and raise awareness of important issues through his music. Kendrick Lamar has had an extremely important impact on the world over the past few years, as his music is heard by and performed for millions of people every day. He has also established himself as a generous philanthropist who has put his money back into his community with the goal of improving the lives of those who share his old struggles. Kendrick Lamar remains an important and influential figure. His music contains inspirational messages and themes for those also trying to make it in the world, and his only hope is that his art is able to prevent others from making the same mistakes he did.